Epic Games is looking to lay a world of hurt on Steam/Valve. Let's get into it.
Skip it up and that up.
So literally yesterday, I did a story about how Valve is changing their revenue distribution with developers. Initially, it was 70-30 across the board. Developers got 70% of the revenue, Valve got 30%, which is the industry norm. But due to developers taking their AAA games elsewhere, like Call of Duty Black Ops 4, Destiny 2, hell, EA made Origin and just picked up and ran away from Steam with all of their AAA games, Valve decided it was time to change their revenue sharing system, and they made a huge announcement. Valve announced that they're changing their revenue share with developers. For example, if a game hits over $10 million in revenue, the developer will now get 75%, not just 70% of the revenue, and Valve will only take 25%. And if a game gets over $50 million in revenue, the developer gets to keep 80% of the revenue, where Valve only keeps 20%. And this was actually retroactive. It started on October 1st, 2018, this new revenue sharing system that Valve has. Well, Epic Games not only is developing their own digital distribution service, they are going to blow Steam out of the water. Not only are they going to involve the community more so with this new digital distribution service, the revenue sharing is a lot more generous. This is what they had to say in a blog on the Unreal Engine website. For the past 5 years, we've been building tools enabling Epic to bring our games directly to players. We built the Epic Games Launcher on PC and Mac featuring Fortnite and Unreal Engine. We built a worldwide digital commerce ecosystem supporting dozens of payment methods, and we gained great economies of the scale thanks to Fortnite's growth. Now, Epic goes on to say they wanted to create a digital storefront that has fair economics and that will have a direct relationship with their player base, something that Valve sure as hell doesn't have. And speaking of fair economics, this is going to be their revenue sharing program with third-party developers, and it is a hell of a lot better than Valve's, even their revamped system that I just spoke about yesterday. This is what they had to say about it. Developers receive 88% of revenue. There are no tiers or thresholds. Gee, I wonder who they're taking shots at. Epic takes 12%, and if you're using Unreal Engine, Epic will cover the 5% engine royalty for sales on the Epic Game Store out of Epic's 12%. So if you're selling your game on Epic's digital storefront, you won't feel that 5% hit because you're using Unreal Engine, which also incentivizes developers. Don't know why I'm doing this with my finger, but what the hell, we're all of it. It also incentivizes developers to use Unreal Engine 4. See what they're doing there? 4D chess, ladies and gentlemen. Now things get even more interesting where Epic talks about their supported creator program, which they're going to have implemented into this new storefront. YouTube content creators, Twitch streamers, bloggers, and others are at the leading edge of game discovery. The 10,000 strong Epic Games supported creator program helps you reach creators so they can help you reach players. If you opt to participate, creators who refer players to buy your game will receive a share of the revenue that you set, tracked by a code or affiliate marketing link. To jumpstart creator economy, Epic will cover the first 5% of creator revenue sharing for the first 24 months. So Epic is looking to get creators even more involved. They want developers to work with creators, and they're doing so by actually covering 5% of the revenue kickback to creators that developers would have to shell out. Or at least for the first 2 years, Epic will cover 5% of the revenue sharing with creators, so developers want to jump in on this program. So this is really smart all around, man, and it seems like, look, I've talked about before how I'm not thrilled with everyone and their mother, meaning developers, wanting to come and publishers wanting to come out with their own digital storefronts, because it means you have to have 20 different pieces of software. But this seems like it could be the biggest competitor to Valve/Steam yet. I mean, just the revenue share alone, where they're only taking a 12% cut, as opposed to Valve, even if you hit that $50 million revenue threshold, they're still taking 20%. This is Epic that, due to Fortnite, they're a multi-billion-dollar company. So they have the clout, they have the money, they have the leverage in the industry, and especially with that low revenue share, they're only taking 12%. Developers will definitely put their game on Epic's new digital storefront. So this is going to be interesting times for Valve. We already see companies leaving and putting their games on their own digital storefronts and not selling them on Steam. And now you have another huge competitor from Epic who they're really in touch with the gaming community, who's offering competitive rates coming out with their own digital storefront that I guarantee you games will be sold on there that won't be sold on Steam due to how little money they're taking from developers, how little revenue they're taking compared to Steam. On top of it too, I'm not saying that Epic is perfect, but they're way more involved with the gaming community than Steam is. And I'm sure that will be a really big selling point for third-party developers too. Like, look, we put our games on there. If there's issues, Epic will get involved. Epic will help out. And the community loves that. So that'll be another huge selling point. The only piece of advice I could give Epic when they go forward with this is have better customer service than Steam. Steam is famous. Valve/Steam is famous for their terrible, bad customer service over on Steam. It's gotten slightly better, but it is still absolutely atrocious. And if you want to win people over, have someone they could call. Hell, even Origin. I've had issues with games on Origin. I had someone I could call there. Steam? Pfft, yeah, right. Good luck with that. Steam's customer service is laughably bad, and it's been called out numerous times. Valve has promised to address it numerous times. They've made some strides, but due to the fact that they're like the Microsoft Windows operating system of digital distribution for games, they haven't really had an incentive to make it better. I bet you now that's going to change too. So Epic, as much as I'm not fully on board with a billion different pieces of digital distribution software for my PC, you sound like your storefront may be a cut above the rest, and I'm interested to see what you do with it. Just make sure you follow through on all the promises that you're making. This is Rich of Review Tech USA signing out. Have a good one. Hey, congratulations. If you made it to the end of the video, you should subscribe to Review Tech USA so you could hear me blabber on some more. Also, too, starting this month, I will be live streaming solely on Twitch. I'll have a link to my Twitch channel below in the description. And last but not least, make sure you click that like button. It helps out the show big time. See you guys in the next video.